How cool. This is just a very easy way to add a different look to your work. On this video, I'm going to teach you how to do the singles and double stitch. I'm going to be using a 4mm hook and some cotton yarn size 4. For this stitch, you want to start with any number of chains for your foundation chain, plus 1 for the base chain. For row 1, you want to skip the first 2 chains, which counts as a single crochet, and into the next do 1 single crochet. And now you want to do 1 single crochet into each of the chains of this row until the end of the row. So your row 1 is just a row of single crochets, and I will see you at the end of it. So this here is the end of row 1. For row 2, you want to chain 2, which doesn't count as a stitch, and flip your work. So now for this row, you want to do 1 double crochet into each of the stitches of the row. So starting into the first one, we're going to do a double crochet. And you do this all the way until the end of the row. Remembering to go into the chain 2 that you skipped in the previous row, because that does count as a stitch. So you do 1 double crochet into each stitch, and I will see you when we're at the end of the row. So at the end of the row here, I have 3 stitches left. I've got 2 single crochets and then the turning chain. So I want to make sure that I go into each one of those. So that's 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets. And the last one's a little hard to see because it's the turning chain, but you want to make sure that you go into there as well and do your final double crochet. And that there is the end of row 2. For row 3, you want to chain 1, which does not count as a stitch, and flip your work. And now you're going to do 1 single crochet into each of the stitches of the row. So this is your row of single crochets again. You do 1 single crochet all the way till the end of the row, and I will see you when we're there. So at the end of the row here, we're going to have 2 double crochets. Remember that the turning chain does not count as a stitch, so you're not going to go into the turning chain, which is here. If you see, I'm isolating here the double crochets left, and we have a turning chain, but we're not going to go into there. So I only have 2 stitches left here to finish my row 3, leaving the turning chain alone. And that there is the end of row 3. So moving forward, you just want to repeat rows 2 and 3 back and forth until you have the desired length of your work or a finished swatch. And you just want to be careful with those turning chains. This is going to be a row of double crochet. So I've chained 2, flip my work, and do a double crochet into each one of the stitches. But when I come back in the next row, I want to make sure that I ignore the turning chain. Same in this one. I'm going to have a chain at the end of the row that I did, the turning chain, and we're not going to go into there. So just keep that in mind for your edges to be straight. So here's the singles and doubles finished swatch. How cool. This is just a very easy way to add a different look to your work. As you can see, the rows of single crochets are going to be shorter, and then the double crochets are going to be taller. So it's still fast to work. It's just a matter of making sure that you're doing the right row at the right time, so it's clean and uniform. Just using very basic stitches combined is going to give you something completely different. Hey, while you're at it, why don't you just subscribe to my channel? Just do it. Just do it.